KFVR, Tucson's rock station. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, El Refe.
I'm Valdez.
That's right. So you don't want to change your name permanently to El Refe now?
Every job I have a different name.
How many jobs do you have?
So stand-up, I'm Tucson Fats. Wrestling, I do El Refe. And radio, I'm Valdez.
I feel like, it would serve you better to consolidate brands into one, right? I mean, that's the thing. I see it all the time where people are like, I'm going to do this, going to do that. And you're trying to build all these things at once as opposed to just putting all your eggs in one basket. But out of the way, all right, we have a running theme for this JCW show, right? Those who got to just watch the show thoroughly enjoyed the show.
Yes.
Those who got to work the show hate the show and never want to do the show again. And that's what Kendall was breaking down yesterday when she was in, as she was asked to be a ring girl, and she's like, never again. Valdez, surprisingly to me, is saying the same thing. You would never referee at a JCW show again?
Yeah, not because of, I don't know, it was only because of a couple people, but, it's like a changing of the guards. I looked and I was like, these aren't my people. But thank you all the juggalos and juggalettes when you guys were throwing stuff. You didn't throw anything my way, and I appreciate that.
They did. They just missed. Now, with that said, because I had a guy next to me, I was like, go for the fat ref. But with...
He's quick. Get him.
This changing of the guard, who were you expecting to hang out with that you were just old school bros with? Hulk Hogan? I mean, what do you mean changing the guard? All these guys are like new guys, right?
I guess. I don't know. I was just saying it. Anyways.
What about the rock and roll guy?
Ricky
Dude, he
Morton.
was super cool, man.
Yeah. So Rock and Roll Express was the name of the tag team. They were legendary, huge in the 80s. And Ricky Morton, at the age of 60-something, is still out there in the ring. He didn't do much, but, he just made an appearance. He's a full-time wrestler. And that was cool for the wrestling marks to see a legend like that, to support the indie wrestling. Now, you're backstage the whole time. You work about 3 different events. I was impressed with, one of the matches had a lot of close calls, which I'm sure in your head you're like, son of a bitch, just stay down, because you have to keep going down on the mat and then getting yourself back up. And it seemed by like the 3rd or 4th time it was becoming more difficult to stand back up, was it not? Yeah,
because it's like I go balls out, man. It's like high octane. I got to match their energy too, because if you look at matches, Earl Hebner, those matches where it's high out, he would drop down, he'd do the little leg kick, he'd do all that.
Yeah.
You're part of the show. You have to match it too. If you're slow and they're going, all the way out, you're throwing off the rhythm.
Right.
So, that's why I drop down, I do what I do, even loud, like, counting and slamming the mat and all of that. And very dramatic, you go high. It's all just a chemistry. Like, you can't just go do it. Like, that's why I have to train, and I've done it for like 3 years training and getting things and doing, shows in parking lots and, things like that. Because it's like, it's the equivalent of like open mics,
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
my favorite, though, it's like, when you have the energy to go down with them, but at the same time, I still appreciate the overreaction when they like break away from a pin and your face goes, like you're shocked.
I did catch some
amazing.
reaction moments on the sizzle reel that we posted on there and stuff. So,
like, oh my God.
Yeah, it throws his hands up like, I don't know. Adios mio. Oh.
How did that happen?
Yeah, it was great. Did you have some bad interactions with people backstage?
Just a couple. But it's part of the game, if you're not used to it, it could scar you. Like Kendall, she's never done wrestling, so she hasn't dealt with egos and all of that. I have, and
yeah, luckily you get to deal with it a couple times a week. Am I right?
Oh,
Sup, Valdez?
Only one guy really pissed me off. I thought we were gonna like actually fight because he was being a dick.
Yeah, really.
Dump button.
Yeah.
He was being a real dump button. So
yeah.
But
so what happened in that scenario? Did he cross the line?
He left one of his props in the ring, and I guess he expected me to be his valet and collect his stuff.
Right.
So he was like, "Where's my chicken?" And I was like, "I don't know, man." He's like, "You never know anything." And I felt like Hot Tub Time Machine, where he's like, "Where's the Ginobili, Lou? That's all you're thinking about, Jacob." And then he's like, literally, this is the first time he's mentioned it. That's how I found. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? You never know. I'm
Just
like,
laugh.
Yeah, it's great, too. He's like, you never know anything. I'm like, I'm sorry, have we met before? Is this not the first time I'm meeting you? How do you, listen, what do you assume? I never know anything. I mean, you're right, but how did you even know that?
There's another Valdez in Iowa we don't know about.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
his pupils are the size of saucers, though, so you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So all that powder on his face, was digestible, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't the only cocaine there.
I wonder if the wrestler Cocaine, who was phenomenal, by the way.
oh, he's absolutely abstinent from all that stuff.
He's super
He's
chill.
clean.
Is he? So
My favorite wrestler, and I got to meet him, was Luigi Primo.
Yes.
Luigi.
He's the guy with the pizza pie.
That was the funniest thing ever.
And he was so nice, so humble.
You know what's funny? I was hanging out with friends on Saturday, and I was talking about the event. And, of course, nobody's, like, into wrestling or indie wrestling until I mentioned the characters that I saw, like Cocaine and Luigi. And they're like, oh, I saw that guy because they're viral sensations.
That's what I said. I was like, I saw the Luigi guy on social media like a month ago, and I was like, this is hilarious.
Yes.
So to see him there, I was like, yes.
No, I genuinely popped too because we didn't know that he was going to be on it. We were told and sold Steven Flow, which I didn't see.
Yeah.
I knew Cocaine was going to be there because it was an ICP show, but the wrestler as well. And then, when Luigi came out, massive pop. I was just like, I get to see this guy wrestling while twirling pizza the whole time. And,
amazing.
And throw the pie into his opponent's face, and the opponent, grab it because it went too low and then shoved it on his face like nobody saw. And
so good.
I can't see. Oh, no, you blinded me with the pizza pie.
The whole crowd yelling, pizza, pizza,
Yes.
pizza. It's so
That
funny.
was funny because there was pizza backstage. They bought us a crap ton of Hungry Howie's.
There you go.
Nice.
Now it was Little Caesars. Let's get it right, but that's okay.
They feel like
Yeah.
video game characters. A lot of those guys. That's what kind of gets it going for you.
That's what Violent J tries to create. He loves gimmicks, so it's 100% live video game action. So overall, the experience for you was semi-pleasurable. You did have beautiful women escort you to the ring. You had some ego clashes backstage, but at the end of the day, was it a good night?
I was happy. 90% of it was awesome. I got to meet Rick, and he's the one who talked to me, and he liked my gimmick. I forgot his dad was a pro wrestling referee.
There you go.
So that's why he was like giving me a lot of accolades. And then the guy with the 50s gimmick apparently used to be a trainer for WWE. So he gave me a lot of cool pointers.
I thought he looked familiar as well. But yeah, it was well done. And we enjoyed, yelling out, show us your beehole to you. And it definitely made for a pleasurable experience. All right, we got a great show lined up for you today. Don't forget, the big ticket item that we're giving away this week is Volbeat tickets before they go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m.
Cool.
Your opportunity to win those will be in the 7 o'clock hour. Plus, we got a couple opportunities for you to win tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners. And to top it all off, it's Tuesday. That means we're going to do another round of Tap Out with our friends Tucson Games and Gadgets. So lots of reasons to stick around. So keep it right here on Rock 102.1. Here's Nirvana. All right, we are back here live. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes.
Buenos dias.
Here's how we're going to do the show today. When I do clips from earlier this morning, it's backward hat beef, right? When we're live, it'll be forward hat beef. That way you keep tabs.
Your lore is so complicated.
Yes, exactly. Full of lore. I have a lot of stuff happening today on this podcast. I got to end right at 10 because I got a secret interview that I'm going to do with an artist who may or may not be performing at the Pima County Fair, as the Pima County Fair this year may or may not be stacked with great KFMA artists. I don't know. I'm not allowed to say.
Los Tucanes de Tijuana?
See?
Yeah.
That's see?
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. And good morning, everybody on the stream. Keep those comments coming. I love it. We got some fun videos that we're going to share with you, and a lot of stuff to get to in this podcast. It's going to be good, including one that Rico's going to hate. But
I won't hate.
yeah, it's a list where I was like, shit, I wish I had this list too when I turned 40. Because when you turn, and he's not 40 yet, he turned 39. So it's right around the corner. It's such a milestone age. You start thinking like, damn, I got to get my house in order, right? I got to get some things done. But to be fair, society-wise, the definition of adult, the goalpost is moved.
Oh, yeah.
It's moved back.
Eradicated, basically. It's like, yeah, after 9/11, 2008 financial crisis.
Here we go. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Real quick question before we play some new music from Shinedown. If you're a virgin, what is the limit of body count you would basically have with you, the person that's going to take your virginity? Meaning, like, okay, you're a virgin dude. And you have the opportunity to lose your virginity to a woman, but her body count is a number that's somewhat high. What is the highest you would accept that body count to be to lose your virginity to said woman?
Are you saying they have to be picky about it? Like, what?
Okay, so you're saying guys wouldn't be picky no matter what the situation?
It seems like it. I don't know. I heard those stories about dads that buy their sons a hooker just to get that out of the way.
Yeah. That's always not good. But here's an example. There's a woman right here who's going to say her body count. Ready?
My body count is 1,572, and
Rookie numbers.
All right, and this is the virgin who is basically set up in this dating show. Will he still try to sleep with the woman whose body count is 1,572? Find out on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. We got more coming up after music from Shinedown on Rock 1 2.1. All right,
I look like Theo Von a little bit.
What?
Yeah,
That's super high, man.
that is super high.
That's like Kardashian numbers.
That's body blue numbers.
Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot.
Holy hell.
I know. So let's see. It's a virgin here.
so I don't think body count should matter, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I've heard a lot of numbers, and it just doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Are you speechless?
Yeah, just kind of said you're
Excuse me, you can't shame people because of their body count.
1,500, whatever the
72.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's just saying that she kept track, dude. I mean, once you get
know.
past 1,000, does it all blur? You know, and is she writing that down on a list?
For real.
And,
She's proud of that number,
wow.
that firm 72.
It's
at the end,
crazy.
yeah.
Her list looks like the phone book, you know?
Like if she was 80 and said that, I'd be like, well, yeah, she was pretty active in World War II, but she looks like 40.
I don't even think she's 40. I think she's in her 30s for sure.
She looks like hell. Those,
Oh, Jesus.
dude,
All right,
she's looking rough.
Honestly, I still think she's cute. I'd swipe right.
Oh, of course you would.
Just say you're jealous.
Yeah, I'm so jealous.
I don't think being a virgin matters because,
It's a losing
again,
game,
same
bro.
with body
Don't
count, like it doesn't.
And he's still like, yes, it doesn't matter that I'm a virgin. There's no way this chick's going to say no to me. But imagine being rejected by a woman whose body count is 1,572. And it's like, sorry, I don't want to make you 1,573. That's a kick to the ego that you don't recover from.
Really affect anything, but I feel like there is a stigma around, like, once you take someone's virginity, like they're obsessed and crazy about you, so maybe that would kind
honey,
of
not with
make me
you.
not want to do that.
I mean, you could teach me some things. I don't think I would be crazy over you, but
I mean, you can also use Google
this is
and learn a
hurtful.
lot.
God, she's dodging me left and right. My body count's 0, but I wouldn't say body count really matters to me. Unless you're in the double digits, then that's crazy.
Oh, it's okay. I'm
give him
in
5
quadruple
seconds, my
digits, so
God.
we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for a virgin, it doesn't even matter. You know. Let's do the math on that though, real quick.
ChatGPT that?
Yeah. So 1,572. All right.
And she's not even in the industry. Like I would have thought like somebody who's like a sex worker would have had.
Let's see. Let's say 1,572, and let's say on the tail end she started early and been having sex for 25 years. Okay, and that's saying if she's maybe like 40, right? Which I don't think she's 40. Honestly, I really think say that's 20 years. 20 years divided by 20.
Maths.
Yeah. That means she would have to have slept with. Come on, ChatGPT. Oh, I did it on my wrong
She
tab.
is a hoe.
78.6. 78 people a year. Now, there's 52 weeks in a year, right? So it's almost, it's like 1.5 people a week.
Checks out. Yeah.
But you can't count all 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. You can't count all 4 weeks. All right, yeah. That's a lot, and no shame here, but, and
she can teach me some things.
I thought she still looked cute. I'm surprised that you shamed that lady, Valdez.
she's
Rock 1 2.1. KFMA, your taste is weird. It goes all over the place. Because
I'm sorry I don't like her Son of Sam eyes way too close
Son
together.
of Sam eyes.
Or they're like halfway set all like cholad out.
I feel like you're getting ahead of it so you don't get rejected by her.
Look at that. Even that screenshot, that's just painful. It's like if Morticia made bad life choices. Look at that.
Okay, well, we're on the air, so we won't focus too much on visuals, but let's agree to disagree and move forward because I think she's the one. But anyways, let's talk about more pressing matters. We got to understand what these kink slang terms are because they constantly evolve. And when we're dating, we're three single men, right?
Here.
Yeah, here. So lonely. But with that, when we meet people, you're always surprised by who you meet and what they, might be into. And sometimes you want to try to act like you're down, and then they will throw out some slang that will completely go over your head, and you have to immediately rush to Google. So you got to search, you got to put yourself in situations of the know. So if someone presents this to you in conversation while chatting, you know what they mean and whether you're going to be into it or you should run like hell. Okay, so here are kink slang terms explained. Do you know what 24/7 means? It's like pop quiz. Yeah, I'm asking both of you. 24/7. Do you know what that means?
I'm old. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, my brain's trying to go for like the new meaning route, not like the open all the time.
The kink slang term 24/7.
Oh, you're always down to F? I don't know.
Nope. It's in some dom sub relationships. The dynamic continues throughout the entire day, not just during sexy time. So basically, if you're with someone who's a sub, you are dom to them 24 hours a day, which is exhausting. By the way, it is. It really is. I dated one who was a certified sub, and I thought, yeah, I'm a daddy dom. No, dude, because seriously, like through all hours of the day, you got to be like degrading and all this stuff.
Yeah, you got to be Daniel Day-Lewis all the time.
Yeah, man, and most of us aren't wired that way. All right, do you know what aftercare means?
Post-coital snuggling.
Yes, you can kind of land in that. So some brands of like kinkiness can be emotionally taxing, so aftercare is important, whether it's cuddling, food or water or whatever. For me, my form of aftercare is getting the wet wipes and handing them to them. Like, here you go.
Oh, it's so sweet.
I know. All right, do you know what brats and brat tamers are?
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. Hey, dude, this is
I do.
2025.
I'm learning.
Okay,
Yeah.
Valdez, educate us.
So the brat is when they act bratty. That's their whole thing. That's the whole king. And the brat tamer is like the guy or girl who's like,
You can't have.
taking
You
care of
can't
it.
have.
Yeah.
I'm a brat.
Yeah, and being more dom. Again, this goes like submissive dub. And honestly, it's a culture that continues to grow.
I dated a brat. That was so freaking annoying.
Is it annoying?
Oh, yeah. For me, it is because I'm like,
Yeah, you don't want to be a babysitter. It's not most people's kinks and stuff. So, all right. So, what about CBT? CBT.
When you get free groceries?
No, that's EBT.
Oh, my bad.
Yes, you got that one wrong. But you just outed yourself.
M. Bison.
Yeah. All right. Now, the B stands for ball. The T stands for torture. Okay. And I'm not going to tell you what the C stands for, but you can figure it out. All right. We got DDLG. Pop quiz. Come on. You guys are both 0-0. Somebody's got to win this.
I got the brat one.
Okay, you did get the brat one. So Valdez won.
DDLT?
No, DDLG.
LG.
Yes, DDLG.
DDLG.
Daddy Dommy.
Dommy.
Daddy Dom.
You're getting there.
I'm drawing a blank.
LG, little girl.
Okay.
And then MDLB. Mommy Dom, little boy.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yes,
All
I
right.
know. Yeah, and we're just scratching the surface, unfortunately, on this list because
It gets wild.
it's so great, dude, that all three of us are just like, what? Huh? Obviously, we're not in FetLife or anything like that, and it is a lot to like. You have to study it and almost get a master's degree in kink to keep up with some people's freak sides. And there's no shaming here for sure, but it's just like a whole nother world where you're like, what? And you have
to be fair, I think acronyms for anything, broadly speaking, is a little confusing for newcomers.
Okay.
But the concepts you can understand.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what. When you, if you ever sign up for like dating sites, you should drop a triple G, GGG. Okay, because that means good giving game. Oh. Yeah. If you see GGG, then swipe away immediately. Like, yes, GGG is a good thing.
Get over here.
All right. We don't need to know what munch means or pegging, but red, yellow, green. Red, yellow, green, like stoplights. They're words that are spoken when things are A-OK or fly into iffy territory. So if you're getting it on and you're yellow, don't proceed. All right.
Oof.
All right. We know what a unicorn is. And finally, the last term is Roman shower. I'm not going to tell you what it is on the air, but if you want to know what a Roman shower is, you can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Do you feel more enlightened?
Every day.
Okay.
I need a shower.
Yeah. A Roman shower?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Valdez and I got you, dude.
Oh, boy.
It is disgusting, by the way. But this is just for all my bro dogs out there and even women out there who are in the dating game and online dating game. I think it's important to know what all these terms are when they throw it at you, just so you can have a proper response. But when in doubt, run. All right.
That's a kink, too.
Yeah. All right, so can you guess
the runaway lover, RAL?
Yeah.
I'm into that.
What do you think Roman shower is? Yeah.
Is it when a bunch of hot chicks stab you in a courtyard like Caesar?
That'd be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, super hot.
And then they just throw Caesar dressing at you.
Yeah. Again, no, not even close.
I was gonna say the golden shower. That's not a Roman shower.
No, golden shower is its own thing.
Okay.
Which involves urine.
This is obviously a different fluid, I'm assuming.
You're assuming correctly.
Okay.
Oh, God.
The Romans, they do it differently, dude.
So, like Roman bukiki?
No, but you're in the realm. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It is disgusting. That's why I would not say it on the air. Valdez, give it a guess.
It has to do with Vasca, doesn't it?
What's Vasca?
That's Spanish for barf.
Okay, well, yeah, give me what, the English is. But, yes, you are correct. It is Vasca. It is.
What?
Yes, it's a golden shower, but with Vasca. Yes. And that's my word
People
of the day.
People be crazy.
Is Vasca. Oh, yeah.
People
Seriously.
Be crazy.
All right.
I got an involuntary Roman shower at the bar a few times.
Yeah. I mean, you deal with those.
Damn, so
pukers.
arresting drunks every time I got puked on, that was like a Roman shower.
Yes. Oh, you know what's crazy is I literally, from my ex, got a Roman shower. Didn't even know it. Yeah. And this should have been my red flag. This was Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're up at her brother-in-law's cabin, just ate. She drank too much red wine.
Oh no.
My daughter's in the same room as me and her. My daughter's sleeping on the couch, and we're on the bed, and we're just messing around, but not sexually, just kind of wrestling around. I got her in the little leg lock, leg scissors, kind of jokingly. I can't get out of that. And she goes out of nowhere, "Oh, you don't think I'll puke on you? I'll puke on you."
What?
Out of nowhere. And I'm like, "What?" Yeah, right. And she goes,
"Yeah, right."
Then she went full blown. She went fucking freshman bulimic on me, and went boom, and then all over my crotch, dude, with my jeans on.
Oh.
And this is Thanksgiving dinner and red wine.
Oh no.
Disgusting.
The worst possible day for this to happen.
Yes, dude. And I'm frozen. And and in fact, I stayed in a relationship 2.5 years after that.
This is normal.
Yeah, dude. I could feel the acidity.
I mean, it's Thanksgiving, whatever.
The acidity was burning my crotch area.
It's like alien blood, just seeping through everything.
Brutal. She's somebody's mom right now.
Well, oddly enough, I used to have a kink back in the day where, a girl likes to be tied to the bed. I was dressed as a priest. And then we do The Exorcist, where it's like barfing. It's the same thing, but just a little bit different.
Not odd. That was huge in the 80s. Yeah, it was very good. Speaking of huge in the 80s, when your name is Wiener, then it is your mission in life to show it to the world. Early this morning, we reported on a man named Wiener in Morning Moron. In case you missed it, I went a little something like this. 1 KFMA, that's the latest from Bad Flower. The song's called Detroit. It's now 6:18 in time for your Morning Moron. Let's do it. Today's Morning Moron is a man named Wiener. Legitimately, that's his name.
His name is Wiener.
His name is Wiener.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So I guess what he did to be a Morning Moron. Go ahead, Rico.
He got a little stiff when he shouldn't have.
No, that's you went there. Okay, let me get into the story. I don't know. We don't have all day to Play the guessing
He
game.
broke the law somehow.
Yeah, he
Yes.
broke the law.
Well, duh. A man named Wiener got arrested for walking around naked because that's what you would do when your name is Wiener.
Naturally.
A 35-year-old naked man in New Hampshire was arrested on Sunday, and it was the afternoon. It wasn't even night. He allegedly stole a car, then caused an accident on the highway. So naked Wiener rear-ended somebody. He sustained minor injuries, but otherwise was okay physically, but his mental state a little more ambiguous. After the crash, he took off all his clothes, like Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights. I'm on fire! I'm on fire! You're not on fire, Rick or Bobby! I'm on fire! So maybe he thought he was on fire. But he abandoned those clothes on the shoulder of the highway and then just walked calmly across the highway. Now, cars did stop because when a naked man walks calmly in front of your car, you got to slow down, you know?
Especially calmly. It's a little offsetting.
Yeah, it's a trap. That's when he slowly left the scene of the accident. Now, multiple drivers called the cops after dodging him. With the amount of people that called the cops, double that amount, filmed him and posted on social media. The police found him wandering down the hallway. It was pretty easy to recognize the man because he was naked. They were fairly sure it was him. They identified him as Sean Wiener. And so this guy's naked, and his name is Wiener. Wiener was charged with indecent exposure and lewdness, reckless conduct, disorderly conduct, and littering. For the clothes,
Littering.
he took off his clothes, right? Now that turns into trash. And that's just for the aftermath. There will be separate charges for the theft and the crash. They didn't even get to that part yet. They're like, look, our hands started cramping when filling out this report. So tomorrow we'll update it. What's great is, I got a mugshot. Do you want to see Wiener? Okay, so Wiener's a little banged up. He's a little bruised up there.
Wow.
Got a lot of marks all over that Wiener, and also looks like he's wearing a thong around his neck. So either way, obviously stealing a car, getting in a car accident, and then immediately responding by taking off your clothes and walking away like nothing happened is going to make you a morning moron. All right, and we're back here live. Here is today, and I wish I thought of that. When you're a parent, right, you have to teach your kids to drive eventually, and it's a terrifying experience, right? One man knew this, and he was about to teach his daughter how to drive, and he dressed for the occasion so perfectly that it went viral. This is the situation that I wish I thought of. Ready for this? All right, so here's the daughter, green hair, teenager, making a teenager face. Father of the Year award goes to this guy. First time driving with my daughter. Check it out.
There you go.
Every single day, love my occupation. Hey, I'm on vacation. If you don't like your life, then you should go and change it.
You play too much.
Play too much, Dad. Play too much.
You sound like your mother.
Yeah, I love it. So, where do you get those? That's for Halloween next year. You play too much. Yeah, it's super funny.
Play too much.
All right, so and then let's continue to switch up gears here. Let's do something adorable. Before we get into Diddy news.
Aw.
Yeah, I know.
Diddy updates.
Two different awes, one sentence.
I know. We're cleansing palates and stuff. Okay, see this adorable little squirrel? He just sleep in his little squirrel house. Got a nice little blanket in there and just made it his home. And so the owners of the squirrel house, voyeurs, if you will, love to watch the squirrel and videotape it 24/7. There was a thunderstorm in the area, and he had to clutch his heart. Check this out.
I do declare.
Most adorable squirrel. Yeah, so, even squirrels do that. So we go from...
Now that squirrel's going to get money from the viral clip and buy a new box.
No, this is how people pimp out their squirrels.
I know.
And make their money. Just like that family in New York, I guess, who had their animals taken away from them, and they were monetizing the hell out of it. So it literally just took away their entire income because they had nothing going on. They were just kind of like shitbags that ended up monetizing animal content. And that was their hustle. So good for them. They figured it out.
Straight up Harambe'd.
Yeah.
It's messed up.
I know. Okay, let's do one more throwback clip. Okay, it's like club random today, but I love this guy, and we just came from the JCW wrestling event, right? The Juggalos get a bad rap, mainly because guys like this.
I love this guy. I love this guy. He's my favorite. My brother sends me these all the time.
Yes. Now, this is one of his first ones. This is when he was skinnier, or maybe he's lost weight. But yeah, I mean, he is always doing it for the Juggalos. Whoomp, whoomp.
He's my favorite.
Happy 4th of July, motherfuckers! This is Superhuman TV Show. Today I'm going to get hit with fireworks. This is for Juggalos and Juggalettes. Do not try this at home. I hope you like it. Whoop, whoop!
His dad just covered
Light
his
that
face.
bitch up! Fuck this shit! Ah! Fuck! Ah!
Right in the
His cry always gets me every time. His cry.
Every time,
It's all
dude.
contorted, like.
Oh my God.
My buddy Shane sends me those videos
I
all
love
the
it,
time.
dude.
Like his poor neighbors, he's driving down the value.
He's
of
so
that.
famous. I know.
They
Let's get
hear him
on
next
the air.
door, like, here he goes again.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're just having fun with videos on the broadcast. Shout out to the Juggalo. And I never even know his name, but we've all seen. Is it
Superhuman.
Yeah, superhuman.
Superhuman is his name. Okay. Yeah, and always doing crazy, outlandish stunts for the Juggalos and Juggalettes, and always hurting himself and crying in every single video. And as wrong as it is timeless entertainment. Honestly, you can watch it over and over again.
He's so enthusiastic.
I should get accolades for not quoting him at that
JCW
event.
event.
Yeah.
I behaved and I didn't,
He should have been one of the wrestlers. He should be in that.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be there.
Right.
Yeah, and honestly, if he would have came out, he would have came out to the biggest pop. He probably would have been the champion. You got to put the belt on that kid, do you not? I mean, he doesn't even have to have any rules. You just beat him up and have him cry, and just like,
he wins.
Shut up and take my money. All right, let's talk about this. Of course, we have the developing case of the Diddy lawsuit. Of course, the more and more little details are starting to come out. Now, we still have so much more that we need to know, and I'm sure the laundry list of celebrities on these lists are going to be long, and you're going to have to cancel some of your favorite celebrities here. It seems like that. Now, the actual lawsuit for Diddy, a lot of that stuff is under wraps, but to keep you updated, one of his defense attorneys quit and said in a statement, by no means and under any circumstance can I represent Sean Diddy Combs. And when you are freaking out a defense attorney to where he's just like, you break even my standards, and those are non-existent, that can't be a good sign. So it's going to be difficult for them to be able to find a jury who doesn't know all this information going into the lawsuit. But since then, there are civil lawsuits as well starting to pop up and present names that are well known to the public. Are you familiar with the name Druski?
No.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I mean, neither was I, but if you see his face, you'd recognize Druski. Druski is he's kind of like a social media content guy in the hip-hop circles. People know who Druski is. Comedian, but not necessarily stand-up. I'll show you a picture of Druski so you can kind of get a good idea of who this guy is, and you'll understand, like, okay, that guy, no wonder. I mean, he's everywhere. So let's see. Here's an example of him. Oh, this clip actually aged super bad. It's him and Diddy together in a video. All right, so that's Druski. Now, does he look familiar to you?
A little bit. I think I've seen it before.
All right. Yeah, so basically social media content, a comedian, if you will, not a stand-up, and has basically made it to the mainstream and will be on all these like high-profile platforms. In fact, actually, he was participating in the NBA All-Star Game Celebrity edition. He was on that this year.
Really?
Yes, and of course, Odell Beckham Jr., who I know because he used to play for the Giants when he wasn't a complete scumbag. And then he went to the Browns, Rams, and Dolphins. Well, they had accusations against them, pretty horrific accusations, for a case saying that it happened in March 2018. It's very difficult to believe all these allegations, though, because Druski does have a pretty solid argument saying, hey, in March 2018, I wasn't even famous. Like, I was living at my mama's house. So I don't know how much of that is true, but that is his defense that he's sticking to. But, of course, when this came out with these allegations, a lot of people are asking for the heads of Odell Beckham Jr. and Druski. And these are just first two of the names that would technically be associated with Diddy, the baby oil, and all that. Who would you be most surprised is on the Diddy list?
Surprised?
Yes.
I think it's a strong word. Maybe not surprised.
Okay. Well, then let's start off with not
I'd say,
surprised.
what if LeBron? What if he's on it?
Well, a lot of people are assuming that LeBron is. LeBron has publicly stated that ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Yep.
And this is what's upsetting, too, because there's obviously the Diddy parties, which would be like mainstream parties open to a lot of people in the press and everything. And then there would be like the quote-unquote after party where you could assume that the salacious allegations happened. So I am under the assumption, dude, that not everyone that went to a Diddy party was involved in the, horrific orgies that would happen afterwards.
The parentheses after party.
Yeah. There's like, especially if you're like, hey, okay, it's like his Hampton whiteout party. It was such a famous party that People magazine would cover it every year. You know what I mean? So you would go there, you get tons of snaps of celebrities wearing all whites, all in the backyard, doing a barbecue in the Hamptons. And you saw pretty much everybody who was famous during the early aughts there. Now, you could also assume not everybody stayed till 3 a.m, started taking ecstasy and doing freak-offs. But they all did take pictures on the oversized bed that was posted up in the backyard as well, and that's not a good look.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you think that LeBron could be a situation. What about you, Valdez?
Oh, man, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, well, what celebrity are you thinking easy money is going to be on that Diddy list?
Bill Cosby.
No. No, that's a hard no.
Zip, zop, zoop.
Yeah. Bill Cosby has his own allegations, so don't just try to just lump in already convicted sex
For that
predators.
double jeopardy.
Yeah, we're assuming ones that aren't convicted yet. Jesus, Charles Manson. No, Charles Manson wasn't there. They're already locked up. All right. Well, yeah. So this case is ongoing, obviously, but the public statement from both. Odell Beckham Jr. is not as believable as Druski's, but again, with the video that we just saw of Druski and Diddy hanging out, it seems like anything's possible. There were some details talking about Druski in this situation was graphic, but they said that he was so enormous that it was hard for her to catch her breath, right? And she wasn't talking about his penis. This was the girth of the man himself was, like too. Okay, so we can't joke about it, but I'm just saying it. All right, I shouldn't have brought this up at all. But
I feel like there was like different levels to the party. There was like the party that was for like the media, and then the people who were involved with that were like, there's like a different section of the party where they were.
That's what I've just been saying. I'm saying not everyone was privy to the Diddy after party, right?
It's like those college parties you went to where you're hanging out till like 2 o'clock in the main living room having like, red cups and everything. Then you have that weird group of people go to that side room.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on in there?
Absolutely.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So like, I'll give you an example. Say Jay-Z and Beyonce. They show up to the Diddy party. They leave before the after party. Martha Stewart shows up to the Diddy party, definitely stays for the after party. Martha Stewart would be a freak. Snoop Dogg shows up for the Diddy party, leaves before the after party. He plays to be a pimp, but he's pretty loyal to his wife, with the exception of banging Martha Stewart. So, it's anyone's guess at this point.
I'm kind of afraid to follow that thread with Martha Stewart, though. She was in jail. She bailed out, or what happened? How did she get out?
She was paroled. She was out on parole, and she served her time. She got off on good behavior, and then had to be on parole for several years. That's when she started associating with a known felon in Snoop Dogg and doing a cooking show. So that should have been a violation of parole right there. But if you're Martha Stewart, you have good representation.
So I'm thinking of Martha Stewart's the kingpin, where she has like all the blackmail. She's like, let me out of jail or I'm releasing all this. Like, okay.
No, I'll tell you,
Martha.
Honestly, as much as the world would be surprised that Martha Stewart's on this Diddy list, I would be the least surprised because I've been paying attention this entire time.
I've been trying to tell you guys.
I'm telling you, she is a freak. She loves it. She wants to get it on. And if anyone's like, oh, an orgy with all bunch of dudes who are like super well hung, Martha Stewart's going to be there. And she's making gift baskets. I promise you. All right. Well, anyways, let's get to a list that's very important when we return. Things that all guys need to have figured out by the age of 40. I'm going to break that down after music from The Offspring on Rock 102.1. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Martha Stewart, be a freak, 100% freak. The Red Pill Owl said, there's video of Justin Bieber giving oral to Odell Beckham. I'm going to guess that might be AI. And also, why is that on your algorithm?
Scares me too these days is about like if there is any serious that's been talked about for a while. If there's any like very legit video confirmation of some like salacious acts going on, the celebrities could be like, no, that's AI.
Yeah.
Lawyers could play it. No, that's AI.
Yeah, the AI defense will be a strong one.
Like
the AI
weird.
defense will be a strong one for sure.
Right.
I mean, hell, you got Trump denying that he sucked on Elon Musk's toes when we all saw it.
That was real.
And Elon has 7 toes. That's fucking normal. Okay.
2 left feet.
Yeah.
I don't care what side of the political spectrum you fall on. The fact that leaked in like a major area in there is pretty funny.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
It's like just imagine all their faces like, what the hell, man?
No,
That's not the lunch menu.
I think they had a public statement saying that was not a real thing. It's like, no, it was a metaphor, but accurate.
Just the thought of that. Like the hacker could do so much. He's like, nah, let's just put a toe sucking video in there.
Yeah.
That'll rile him up.
Speaking of hackers, I will mention this. I am a little upset. I mean, with Elon, because I feel like it's like, So Twitter was hacked the other day. Tens of thousands of users were affected. Tens of thousands. You know how many Twitter users there are?
Millions?
Millions, exactly. So tens of thousands. So we've seen hacks where Facebook was down for like 12 hours. We've seen these kind of like prominent hacks. To where it does affect the operations. My Twitter was running the entire time, right? So this small hack, if you will, that allegedly affected, thousands of people. I don't know, obviously don't know personally that it affected, and I didn't see it trending that Twitter was hacked or, down. But either way, that's what they say. That's the official statement. And then Elon Musk went on the record and said, someone from Ukraine did it. And I'm like, you need to shut the fuck up right now. Legitimately, because like if we escalate or switch sides in this moral war, we're not doing it because of a Twitter hack. Go fuck off, right? And I just see, that kind of stuff where I'm like, oh, shut up, dude. But the polls of Elon Musk's popularity on both sides of the aisle continue to drop because of his outreaching and what he's doing within the government. So that's a whole nother issue altogether. But the whole shut up, don't tell me that the little blip in your Twitter is a cyber war attack, because unless Twitter goes down for a week and a half, and don't be listening to me right now, Elon, but you got to make it major. I do not want any escalation of war because 1,000 people on Twitter couldn't check their update. Go fuck yourself, right? All right, enough of that. We'll hit a hard reset because early this morning we did dick jokes and they were hilarious. But really what we did was a 5-star review with Rico. Huh? Best reset ever. Check this out. Always going out to various businesses throughout the old Pueblo. Hell, he actually feeds this economy. But when he has a pleasurable experience, he immediately rushes to Google to leave a 5-star review. And you did that again this week, huh, Rico?
Of course I did.
Okay, where did you review?
Place called Insomnia Cookies off of Congress Street.
I've been there. I love that place. Tell me all about your experience.
So here we are more than 3 months into the new year, and like many others, my resolutions have already hit peak failure. To be more healthy, to drink more water, to get adequate sleep a majority of the time, make better choices, get into new hobbies, make more money, the whole shebang. Now here I am going broke again because I invested in crypto coins named after Pokemon, and my OnlyFans featuring me singing naked opera has only 1 subscriber from Thailand.
I'm not from Thailand, dude.
I'm drinking energy drinks past 5 p.m. and skipping leg days at the gym. Thus, my sleep has suffered, and so has my vibrancy. I'm only drinking 750 milliliters of water a day, and that's usually flavored water seltzer with funny French-sounding names. I'm failing harder than a blind guy at a shooting range. Q1 of 2025 is a fork in the road. Continue down the path of self-destruction or turn the ship around and enjoy the fruits of my earnest labor. Unfortunately for me, my impulses are a huge speed bump. Thankfully, 90% of those impulses are textbook legal. That doesn't mean they yield good results. I've noticed I've found a bittersweet balance of working out and yet still eating like a pre-diabetic 12-year-old at a free frosting festival. If there's a box of donuts in the break room, the devil on my shoulder says, "Come on, you've earned it. You'll burn off those calories. Just power walk to your car later." While the angel is a fat Italian chain smoker with an undersized white t-shirt covered in marinara stains saying, "Yeah, what the red horny guy said." And so I give in. And behind the sweet satisfaction, there are invisible tears of disappointment streaming down my face as somewhere David Goggins feels a disturbance in the force and shakes his head in shame. So like chain smokers whittling down their pack-a-day supply to 1 cigarette per day to wean off the addiction, I too must defeat this beast called a sweet tooth.
Yes.
But not cold turkey. I've tried carrying little baggies of cold sliced turkey around to eat whenever I had a craving, but it just made it worse and I look super weird pulling it out in public.
Yeah, it's not literal, dude.
I thought, what's the harm in buying a box of cookies and limiting myself to 1 cookie a day? You know, section one off in little quarters and have 1 piece every 4 hours or something to that degree.
Yeah.
And I F with cookies hard. They're the top of the pyramid of sweets. Cupcakes are mid. Donuts are too laced with guilt. Cookies are the perfect middle ground of not too much and absolutely satisfying.
Facts.
Give me that classic warmed up chocolate chip. Give me some of that snickerdoodle, even though asking for that flavor is embarrassing. Give me some of that straight up sugar peanut butter cookie. Heck, I even dig oatmeal and its bonus points for fiber and pretending you're doing something really healthy. I looked on Google for a cookie place in town and stumbled across Insomnia Cookies, and I got really excited because I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm immediately assuming some Ivy League neurodivergent super genius came up with the idea of mixing melatonin and cookies, and thus I could defeat my cravings and get more sleep. Instead of being bathed in a blue light of my phone causing sleep dysfunction, I'll eat this delicious Insomnia cookie and fall over on the ground into a pile of pillows, allowing me to get adequate REM sleep and realign my circadian rhythm. So when I walked through the glass doors into this purple big walled shop, they had a counter with a welcoming employee and big screens with menus propped up above. My eyes glistened and my stomach growled as I smelled the multitudes of baked sugary dough. I walked up and said, "So how many milligrams of melatonin per cookie?" The guy looked confused and said, "We don't put melatonin in these, sir."
Oh.
But I have insomnia. I thought these would help." "No, it's named after the cravings we get at late night hours." "Oh, okay. Well, if I eat 3 boxes of these, will it put me to sleep?" The guy goes, "I'm not a doctor, but maybe." "3 boxes, please." So even though it didn't go as planned, it just means I have to pivot.
Yes.
Just add 3 minutes to gym time, 1 minute per box. It did help me sleep, but the next morning, the toilet smelled like sugar. Win-win. 5 stars.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's a selling point right there. Where you're telling me that if I eat 3 boxes of cookies, I could make my toilet smell like sugar?
Right.
That's amazing. I'm going to do that the next time I have a sleepover with my special lady friend.
It's science.
Yeah. You're welcome. That's an actual factual 5-star review. So when you Google Insomnia Cookies and come across Rico's 5-star review, make sure you leave him a 5-star review as well. Let the reset and be back with more right after this. We got music on the way from Alice in Chains and Rock 102.1 KFMA. Darlene loves Insomnia Cookies, which means she shits sugar.
Hey, I just read, I need to find me a ride or die like this.
Okay.
There's in 1986, a woman earned her helicopter pilot's license, rented a helicopter, and flew it over a prison to rescue her husband, a convicted bank robber, from the roof.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And it successfully got away with it?
Apparently. Probably not. But
yeah.
to find a girl like that.
Yeah.
Get her helicopter pilot's
Right.
license to bail you out.
Dude, I know most guys
Amazing.
in relationships where their girls won't even put money on their books. So, yeah, that is...
The 80s were different, man.
That is hardcore. 80s were different. You get a helicopter's license within 6 months. Now, I mean, you know how hard it is to get a helicopter's license? My brother-in-law, he attempted to do this. He went to the school and everything, and then you have to get logged like 10,000 hours as a pilot. The problem is you can't log 10,000 hours unless you have a helicopter and you are a pilot. It's such a thing. Even another guy I know who's rich as shit, he has a helicopter. Has a helicopter pilot fly him around, and he's slowly working towards being able to fly his own helicopter. He'll literally land in his backyard. I bet his neighbors hate his ass.
Oh, yeah. the helicopter pilot that takes him around, he tells him that he's like, I'm gonna do this myself soon. He's like, I'm out of a job now?
Yeah. Right.
Like, sorry, bro.
Don't worry. There's more rich a-holes out there.
Yeah.
They'll get you.
I'll refer you.
So crazy.
Damn,
I
that's
mean,
wild.
he's not a bad guy. I've known him since high school, but I'm just jealous.
To be that neighbor, yeah. The guy
I'm
landing every
not
night.
jealous to be that neighbor. I mean, I lived.
Oh no, but to be that guy to do that every night.
Yeah.
It's like coming home.
He avoids rush hour, dude. He's like, I gotta go to Scottsdale. No problem.
Yeah.
Just call my helicopter pilot over here.
Right.
Yeah. So
good Lord.
So insane. That was the guy who I was at his house for a Christmas party. I felt like he secretly dislikes me.
Oh.
All right. It's a long story, actually. I can't I get into it right now.
Next time.
Yeah. Maybe I'll tell it after our break, but we got about 15 seconds.
Helicopter pilot secretly dislikes me.
Oh, no, the owner of the helicopter, not the pilot himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there is a difference. The dude is balling in construction.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, all right, 5 seconds. Get into this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's a list that I've been holding on to for a minute because my good friend Rico just turned 39 last week.
Allegedly.
Yeah, no, looking like he's 32. I mean, you were holding up really well. You're aging like a fine wine.
Thanks.
Hell, you can't even grow a beard. So, yeah, you look adolescent. So that's good. But, yeah, this list is pretty inspiring and educational. It's things all guys need to have figured out by the age of 40. Now, we're all guys, Valdez and I, we crossed that bridge and probably didn't figure out a bunch on here. So let's be brutally honest as we go through the list. If you accomplish this before 40 or don't say anything if you haven't, okay? First one is finances. Living within your means, keep credit and debt under control, and have an emergency fund in the bank, and at least some cash to put away for when you're an old dude. All right, we're all silent on that one. All right.
I mean, I got a great credit score at least.
That's good.
But,
yeah,
I have a
nice.
decent credit score.
What's your credit score?
It's like 760.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty. I like the little green it gives you on those little credit checks.
Yeah.
It's like, good, you're great score. I'm like, thanks you. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've kept mine hovering around 69 just because I like that number. And debt creditors are after me. All right, style. Okay. Now, you should not only know who you are, but how to dress in a way that reflects it, or at least one really nice suit. Yeah, do you own a really nice suit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you check that. I would say your style is developing. You're very Southwestern chic, a little bit cowboy, a little bit rock and roll. That's your style now. Are you sticking with it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Valdez, what about you? Do you have style?
When I dress up, but like this now.
Do you have a suit?
I do.
Okay. Oh, see, we got that. I have a suit as well. My style is pretty much like I really enjoyed the 90s, and I will not leave it behind. So, still rocking that fit.
You know what it is. You know what you like, though.
I know what I like.
So, yeah.
I like the 90s. All right, fitness and diet. All right, Valdez is out.
Oh, come on.
But you got this, Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, before I hit 40,
Kinda.
Like literally when I was 39, I went on my journey for fitness and diet, lost a lot of weight and everything. And part of it was the fear of the inevitable. But, I got ahead of it. And by the time 40, I was looking my best, honestly. You should do the same if you're about to reach 40. Self-destructive behavior. So you should have grown out of the drinking just to get drunk weekends, the man-whore lifestyle, and the general irresponsibility. Unless you're the kind of person that want to attract while you enter that second half.
What nerd wrote this?
Yeah, what the hell,
Nerd.
man?
Nah, you joke, but I know that. I mean, you don't get that drunk, Valdez. I think you guys are more mature than you're letting on. Toxic people. Life's too short to hang out with people who don't build you up and make you feel awesome.
What if you are the toxic person?
Ooh, well, you're not though. Okay, so don't worry about that, Valdez. The toxic people we kicked off the show. Right? That you could hear on Sunday mornings. Mental health. Men have ignored this for too long. So owning and dealing with your own personal baggage,
Yeah.
if you don't do that, yeah.
I mean, you should be doing that at any age. But I mean,
This is the only one that's a red flag for me for you.
What, mental health?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I think, maybe we address mental health a little bit better. A little bit more. Yeah, I think sometimes you bury things deep down inside, and I see you as a volcano of rage.
You made him go full Larry David.
You might murder Valdez
Me
at any
think
moment.
somebody might be projecting?
I got a therapist, you know. So I'm addressing. I address these issues.
Your Uber driver doesn't count, dude.
What did I give him 5 stars for? He was a very good listener and very attentive. All right. Sleep, getting good sleep needs to be a priority. Let's just eliminate that one.
Yeah, let's get rid of that one.
Yeah. And then relationships. Like, you should have a clear idea of what you want in your life. This includes if you want kids, if you want to be married, and all that. I felt like I knew that before 40. Then, once I turned that corner, then I'm like, I actually don't know again. So that kind of sucks. What about you? You know what you want?
More or less. I think life is one of those things, especially in the recent age, where it's kind of like, this is what you want, but this is what you're going to get.
Okay.
I think a lot of it has to do with finances.
At what age do we realize what we want in a relationship is a sex robot?
63.
Oh, okay. We got some time. Or you got some time, ladies. Call up. No. All right, well, that's the list. And I'm sure, you checked most of them, so you're feeling pretty good about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. We got a beef tip coming up after these words. It's Rocco on 2.1. All right, so that was that segment. 0 out of 10 would recommend.
Would never recommend Lynn's. That's mean.
Oh, yeah.
That's not going on the resume.
Yeah, no, online dating is rough. It's.
Why didn't you recommend Lynn's? She's nice.
No, so.
You forgot the comma.
Yeah.
Oh. Would never recommend Lynn's.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Come on, be nice.
Come on, Patrick.
Yeah, be nice. No, speaking of online dating, though, because the world of AI is completely taking over, and guys are terrible with like opening lines or conversations and pickup lines. Every single dating app now has the AI assistant. So now you're going to get to it, and this is for men and women. You're going to get to a point where you're sexting in a situation where neither one of you are actually sexting. You're having AI write your sex. So you're going to like have your AIs fall in love with each other, and you're going to think you have this wonderful connection with somebody that you don't at all because you literally have AI assistants writing out every step of the word. Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, all of them are incorporating it this year. And it's like something that they're all on the same page with, saying, okay, guys are too stupid or not confident enough to open up with, how's it going? Well, sometimes that is the most difficult part, is starting the conversation. And especially, and I'll say this from a man's perspective, when you message a woman who matches with everyone she swipes on, who has basically 20 different dudes sliding in her DMs at once, how do you set yourself apart from the rest without coming off too aggressive and creepy? That is the challenge that most men will have. But now here's the other challenge, is not just going with the first AI prompt you're given, because she probably has that same prompt in 3 other messages. You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing is scam, and it's crazy.
How would you differentiate yourself?
Well, I try to go with original personality, but, a lot of times that's a red flag for most women. But
I'll just do the hand wavy emoji, like, never talk to me again. Like, what happened?
Yeah. But like, sorry, I accidentally swiped. I swiped because of your picture of your cat.
Right.
I was really into your cat.
Please have your cat contact me. Not you.
Oh, no, that's funny, though, because I did see, speaking of online dating, there was a guy who posted a picture with him as a Labrador Retriever, right? A golden retriever. And the girl's like, oh, can I match with the golden one? Like, he's a cutie. And he's like, sure, she's like, can you tell him that I like long walks and some other like adorable shit, right? That relates to dogs. And then he wrote back, he asked if you like anal.
Nice.
Escalated it to that.
Gee.
I'm surprised I didn't share that as well. Only on my Twitter. My Twitter is quickly becoming my shit page, right?
What's that, little fishy? What?
Yeah, find fun stuff to share. Speaking of which, there's 2 things that I'll share. I shared this with the boys earlier this morning. I'm not a fan of yoga, but this is a yoga class that I recommend everybody take. All right? So, and that's only because we be thirsty.
Everybody to take?
Well, okay, not everybody.
This is the male version of the same thing. You're like, my God. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, these are actually yoga classes, apparently. But look at the sweat they're garnering, right? That's a fun class for adults.
A lot of cardio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That did escalate quickly, Derek. My bad. Sorry, Lindsay. All right, so, well, at least Tracy.
Especially without music,
Thank you,
too.
Tracy. Oh, I muted the music. I didn't want to make it too on the nose. All right. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have Weirdo in studio, and then some other people are stopping in for the podcast broadcast and different guests. Volbeat is going to be happening. I should have a celebrity interview or rock star interview or two, which I got to get ready for the secret interview that I'm doing here at 10 a.m. This morning. And this whole week is going to be packed up with a lot of goodies. So we're going to have you back in on Friday.
Si, senor.
Okay. Thursday is going to be Rico, Emil, and Weirdo.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's Emil in years.
Yes, but that's why I got Weirdo to kind of offset that too, because it was going to bro dog pretty hard. I'm like, add to the dynamic. It's going to be a full house on Thursday. And of course, Friday we have Herb Stratford and then Yaz Money and stuff like that. So yeah, it's going to be good. Good week lined up. Let's get into a beef tip. And then I'll get ready for my conversation. Appreciate you guys as always. Let's see. I've been doing so many stupid lists though. So, all right, here's the last thing. It's not even a list. Rock 1 2x1 KFMA. Oh, we are almost out of here, but I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the show. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, youtube.com/beefvegan. Our social medias, it's Unreal Rico, Valdez KFMA, and @beefvegan on the gram, and anywhere else where you do social media. It's time for your beef tip before we wrap things up and pass things over to Rob and Nash. If you want to give your brain a boost, do it by chewing wood. Yeah, that's a new study claims that chewing a hard substance like wood can boost levels of naturally occurring antioxidant in the human brain. In turn, could improve a person's memory. All right, so it actually could make you smarter and get your brain going.
That's how I got kicked out of Home Depot last week.
Oh, well, you know,
like
don't get caught.
Just like, no.
Yeah,
like a beaver?
Mm-hmm. So if your brain's not doing good, chew some wood.
Okay.
There you go.
Please put your pants back on, beef.
I thought your brain's not doing good. Yeah, I'm trying to help. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
No.
It's good wood.
Please stop. Beef, no.
All right, and with a strong dick joke here. Thank you guys so much.
But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your